Yes. Alrighty, so let's begin the presentation. So, 5, 10, 20 years ago, folks, 20 years ago, I would have never imagined working with robots, let alone having a robot drive my legacy application. Everyone, welcome to our Panther Coffee Hour. For some of you guys, it may be happy hour. Enjoy your drink. All right, so very interesting topic, folks. We will be talking about RPA, which is Robotic Process Automation. This is our agenda for this morning. We will briefly cover what RPA is. We'll talk about different use cases. When would it be beneficial to use RPA, and when would it make sense to use RPA? And we will be treating you, in fact, Karti will be treating you to a demonstration on driving your Panther application with a bot, a robot. And feel free to stop us at any time, or you can wait, to ask questions at the very end. Alrighty, robotic process automation. So what is RPA, folks? Basically, as it says, it merely means it's a robot automatically performing business processes or business tasks. And it's a robot. Yes, it is a robot. It's also known as a bot. And these aren't physical robots, of course. This is just software applications that run on your VM or on your physical server. And these bots actually perform tasks that, it makes sense for these bots to perform tasks that are time-consuming, tedious type of tasks, repetitive tasks in your application, such as applications that require data input. You've got your operator sitting at their PC, just entering data, integrating data between applications. In fact, our demonstration will showcase data being transferred from an Excel sheet to your Panther application and eventually being saved to your SQL database. So we'll kind of show how our bot integrates, works through integration data between 3 different types of applications. Of course, the applications that take care of information management, that would be a good use case also. RPA use cases, all right. So just briefly want to cover, the type of applications or even industries where RPAs are considered very beneficial. And loan processing, invoice processing types of applications. Folks, if you guys have, more of, get data from one spot, merge it into a different application, plug data in from, one application to the other, these would be perfect type of RPA use cases. In fact, Prolific has a bot. His name is Archie. They developed a bot to actually process loan application forms in under a minute. And if you check out our Prolific's channel, there'll be a demonstration on that out there. Insurance claim type of application, folks, right? So, when you're talking about insurance claims, you've got the information from the adjuster, information from the customer, as well as the insurance agent. This is perfect scenario to involve a bot. Customer feedback type of applications where you are, customers are emailing you or you're doing a survey from your customer. Why not have a bot, plug out information from the email, scan the information, and then, merge it into other applications. Perfect use case. HR applications. All right, guys. So basically, HR applications, bots running HR applications has kind of changed the HR industry. And a great example is one of our bots that we've actually developed within Prolific. The bot is called Leah. And Leah takes care of onboarding new employees that have joined an organization. So Leah will basically take care of, merging the customer's new employees' data into the payroll system, into the W-2s. In the U.S., you've got W-2s for your taxes, into your insurance type of insurance data, as well as actually signing up the employees for specific training courses. So, and all that can be done under 2 minutes. Imagine onboarding a new employee under 2 minutes. For a large organization, that hires on a daily basis, definitely a great asset. All right, so that brings us to Panther and these bots. So what you'll be showing, or what Karti will be demonstrating to us, is a customer registration bot that he trained. Yep, I used the word train, so that's like lingo for bots. You train a bot to perform a task or a process. So this particular bot will actually grab data from an Excel spreadsheet and map it into your Panther screen, your Panther application, and eventually save it to an MS SQL database. What I'll do before I turn this over to Karti is kind of walk you through the steps on how the bot was trained. So the first step is we've trained the bot to open up the customer registration screen, which is a Panther application. Panther 553 is what we use. Then the bot actually opens up the Excel sheet, and this Excel sheet has got rows and rows of customer information. So the bot actually scans the entire spreadsheet and then maps data from each cell into those Panther fields. So it goes back and forth. I think he's done it going back and forth, or maybe not. He's actually scanned all the fields and it kind of has a loop going, and maps all the cells into the Panther fields. And of course, validation checks are performed to make sure all the data that's being entered into those Panther fields are kosher. And finally, the bot clicks on that Save button in your Panther screen, and that saves those customer records into your SQL database. All right. Any questions at this time, folks? Nope. All right. So without further ado, let me transfer presenter to Karti. Karti, are you there? Okay.
Yeah, Amrit. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know once it's visible.
Yes, I just made it. Yep, we see the screen, Karti.
So what you see on my screen right now is Automation Anywhere control room, and it's the client login for the version 11.3. It just takes a couple of moments before we can land up to the actual screen and see the script that I have developed for the bot to be implemented. And so as soon as I will be able to take you through the screen, I'll give you a simple walkthrough that what are the steps that I have used to automate the screen and how it is done. Just a brief walkthrough. And to add on to the point that Amrit was trying to make, that the data integration and the customers having a lot of information on their screen. So the basic idea on that was just so that if you have somewhere around 10,000 rows in your Excel or more, even more, so that can, and a human is doing that, so a bot can do that relatively quite faster and will do that in a more effective manner. Due to time constraint, we are using simple and low-level Excel, which is having 22 rows only. Though it's not simple, but yes, there are quite a few columns that we have used, and I have mapped all those into my bot, and I have them on the Panther screen. So what you see right now on the screen is on the left hand side you have the menu from Automation Anywhere, which I can use, and on the right hand side I have the mapped items for Panther in the beginning, which opens up Panther, connects to the database, opens Excel, then navigates into my Panther fields that are present on the screen, and in the end disconnects from the database, opens SQL Server, shows you that all the data has been entered, and in the end shows you in a txt file that the data that the task has been completed alongside a timestamp as well. So what I'll do is I'll click run. In a moment, it will start running again. So it's there. It's opening up Panther. Now it's connecting to database, connecting to machine source, and the credentials have been entered. And now it will open up Excel. And just give it a moment or so, because office thing does take some time. So the data has been picked up by the bot, and data entry has started. So you see, couple of fields are remaining as blank, but those are being traversed. Those are not being left empty. Those are being left empty, and that is a deliberate action, considering Excel into our mind, and considering the mapping document that we have created internally for this Panther screen. This is relatively quite a small screen in perspective of as I was mentioning 10,000 rows or something. Now you see it will disconnect. Now it will go to SQL Server, show you that the data has been entered. All 22 rows will be there. So you see, in the end, the customers have been registered, and I think so it did not get the focus. So I'll show you over here, execute, and all the 22 rows are present over here. It missed the focus in the previous attempt, and just in a moment I'll show you the txt file. So you see 8:45:29 p.m. and it's 8:46, just it has turned now. So that's the demo.
Cardi, question. So what we just saw was the bot actually doing its work live, right? We saw it doing all that stuff. In some cases, that could be happening behind the scenes. No one would even see it happening, right? It could just be running, and someone could be doing something else, and later they're going to do something with that spreadsheet that was created. Or you can have an attended bot, right, where it's doing something and you're actually watching it doing and waiting for it to get done so that you can take action from there that does require human interaction. Is that right?
Absolutely right, Debbie. The earlier plan was like this, that I thought that I'll keep it as a unattended runner, but later on when we discussed that what should be done, so the internal discussion came up to be like, no, we need to show that what the script is. So I logged in as a developer, but the thought was that I should be logging in as an unattended bot runner, having that kind of a license.
Yeah. For purposes of a demo, you want to see what the bot is doing, obviously. Is this new to everyone, or is this something that you guys have seen before or you're aware of? I'm just curious, just for some of our customers, is this, is this technology something that you already knew about, or is this something new?
Well, Draghi here from Zagreb. This particular this particular tool is, I'm not familiar with it, but we worked with a variety of automation tools for, although more for purposes of application testing than for the purpose of automation of routine tasks like this one. I think that it's useful to stress that use of robots in a case like this makes particular sense when we want to use old ready application, Panther application, without changing a line in it, because otherwise one would imagine writing a driver for this process in Panther itself, because Panther also can open its existing screen, open Excel, read from Excel, and so on. But I suppose that, and please confirm or deny that the idea is that we don't touch existing application. Correct?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Raghu.
I think in most cases it doesn't require any changes to an existing application, right, Cardi?
Yes. What you need to do is just the application will be sitting on the back, and on the front, the bot will be driving it. You just you don't need a human to be and billing you for those 8 hours. That process can be done completely by bot.
Hi, this is Glenn.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just a comment. Yeah, while Panther can integrate with Excel, there may be other applications that it can't integrate with. So, this would be there's other things he could have done. I'm supposing we didn't previously discuss this, but I'm supposing he could have sent an email when it was done, which would be nice through your whatever email tool you use. Panther can send email too. But there probably are other kinds of integrations that you couldn't do with Panther. Regarding testing, there's another thing I should point out. He could have probably written a bot that just used SQL Developer to put the data into the database. But here you're going through Panther. So since you're doing it the way the user would do it in Panther, you're also getting Panther's validation functions being executed, as the bot is tabbing through the fields. With testing,
sorry, Glenn, this is Rick. How does it handle errors then?
That's a good question. Artie?
Yeah, Rick, we do have the options that is already pre-built into the automation anywhere, and you can just drag and drop and capture the field that you want to automate. If it won't be able to locate it, it can handle the error, throw you a message box saying that okay, the field could not be found, or howsoever you want to train it, you can manipulate it. It's super easy.
I asked Kartiki the same question, Rick. So, in a previous demo. So we thought about that, and that's certainly something you could work out with the bot. The bot could handle different sort of paths depending upon what happens.
So it gets feedback from the screen and knowing what's changed or what's went wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, he showed us a flow chart. There's a design tool in the tool he had. There's a flow chart. You could have it make decisions and go down different paths.
I take it can work on the web with web applications as well, right?
Yes, Rick. I was working on another demo with the Panther team itself, where I was able to integrate the bot with the Spider app, where it was I was trying to automate it for reading the email and going to Spider app and updating the OPR over there for an unread email. It would take in the subject line having the OPR as a keyword, and it would pick up the OPR number, enter into Spider, and try to update it. I was working on that, but I couldn't because I moved to a client project.
So then we can you post data to the bot and let it go and do its thing?
Rick, I'm not sure I followed your question. Can you please repeat?
Well, you want to, let's say you want to invoke the bot based upon some event or something that happened, or you send an email to it and the bot will kick off and process that data for you. You can do that, right?
Absolutely, yes, Rick. As Debbie was mentioning that the bot would be running unattended. So yes, you can set triggers like that. I have not worked on that, but yes, according to the senior management that I have talked to about in Prolifix itself. So hearing from them, they said that yes, it's possible and we can do that.
So this Automation Anywhere then is that what you sell, or do we buy it from Automation Anywhere?
We can resell it, but it is a third-party product, as is UiPath. That's another tool that's on the market. There's a number of tools on the market. Some of the top ones, though, are Automation Anywhere, UiPath, Blue Prism, and then the one that IBM just acquired is called WDG.
Which you'll be concentrating on, I presume.
Well, Actually, I mean, we kind of started out with Automation Anywhere because IBM was OEMing that one. And
How much is
so
it?
how much is it? I think for the Express version, I think it's about 12,000 a year. I think that gives you maybe one bot runner. Um, I'd have to look into it to get specific pricing. But yeah, I think the Express version that comes with one bot runner is 12,000 a year. So it's not super expensive. Um, Obviously, what we find with a lot of customers though is, once they build one bot, then they start to see, oh, we could do this with it, and and they start expanding until they have, literally hundreds of bots running, doing these types of tasks. Um, but the one that IBM just acquired, they are folding that into their cloud pack for automation. So that one's going to, include obviously all the workflow stuff, that comes with that, some of the BPM stuff. So, but I think you'll still be, yeah, it'll probably be more expensive. I think you'll still be able to buy WGG standalone, but it will be included as, part of the cloud pack.
Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Again, if there's something you'll like to see in our next coffee hour, shoot me an email, everyone. And don't forget, Panther 5.53, it's released in end of Jan 2021. Well, everyone?
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.